Once Jordan became more poised and more polished, and it wasn't just go get a bucket, things changed. Then it was over. It was over for them. Let's get into the video. Let's not waste any time. Let's go.
He was a basketball killer.
He didn't need 5 or 6 crossovers to beat you.
He can average 45, 10, and 10 every day if he wanted to.
He refused to lose.
Michael Jordan's got to deal with the devil.
You're never going to say who's the greatest of all time. I never played against Wilt Chamberlain. I never played against Jerry West. To now say that, one's greater than the other is being a little bit unfair. I won 6 championships. Bill Russell won 11. Does that make Bill Russell better than me and make me better than him? No, because we play at different eras. So when you try to equate who's the greatest of all time, it's an unfair parallel. It's an unfair choice.
MJ, he can shoot the three. He can get to the rim. He can pull up for the mid-range. So he can adapt his game to anything. He would fit in as the best player in the league. Like, that's what he would be.
I said to Kevin Durant, hey, if you would have played back in our era and they put you in the triple post at the mid-post area and they took Michael Jordan out and you played with Pippen and you played with Kukoc and you got to run into the mid-post, shit. Would he have won 6 championships? Absolutely.
MJ was straight to the point. He didn't need 5 or 6 crossovers to beat you. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get the 2-dribble pull-up and it's right there.
Psychologically, how do you rank Michael Jordan?
The scale of 1 to 5?
1 to 5. 1 being the best, 5 being the worst.
1.
Ball handling.
1.
1 in ball handling.
Yes. Ball handling to me is much more than just how fancy you can get. Can you initiate the offense? Can you make plays for other? Can you get off the glass and push? Do your coach trust you to have the ball all possession? Can you pass with the left, pass with the right? Yeah, that's ball handling to me.
Mid-range jumper.
0. Like I said, he was a pure shooter. Like, I don't think anybody in the league at that point was shooting the ball better than him. He was shooting 50+% from the field at the guard position, shooting all J's.
Yeah, he was a pure shooter. You don't have to be shooting 3-point shots to be a pure shooter. Sean Livingston dominated the mid-range jumper. He's a pure shooter. He didn't shoot many threes, but he picked his spots, and when he shot the ball and when he got to those spots, it was cash. Like, he barely missed. That's a pure shooter. Jordan, he got to his spots. When he shot the ball, it left his hands. When it's like a mid-range jumper, he's going to make it. High percentage, high clip. He's a pure shooter. So it's not always about 3-point shooting. You get into your spots, you taking a good amount of shots, like you're shooting it frequently and shooting at a high clip the same time. So it's like you don't have to really shoot from long range. It could be mid range. It could be shooting from the elbow. You know what I'm saying? It could be you picking your spots on the court and shooting at a high clip, shooting at a high field goal percentage. So yeah, Jordan definitely was a pure shooter.
Who is the GOAT?
Between these two, who's the greatest player? I mean, who knows? They haven't played against each other. But who would I rather have on my team? Michael Jordan.
Thank you. Game over.
No, he's a great player, and to me would accept all challenges. I don't see LeBron pointing across saying, I'm locking you down today.
Yep.
Not you. Jordan had a lot of that. Who am I going against tonight?
He locked Bird down.
Some people are unlockable, but that's the player I would rather start my franchise.
Do you remember in 91? You remember the 91 finals against your Lakers? You love the Lakers, right?
Yes, I do.
When Magic put that triple-dub on him and they beat him in the old Chicago Stadium, and then after that they switched to Scottie Pippen. You remember that, right?
Good look by Worthy, but
Jordan was cooking him.
Action, yes! Found Jordan open. Here's Michael. There's Jordan.
I remember Lakers lost the series.
Yeah, because Magic was on fumes. James Worthy was on.
How could you say all of that and Lakers still lost the series? Of course, Magic put up a triple-double. It's Magic. Magic is one of the greatest point guards ever to touch a basketball. Not even just point guards. He's one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball. All-around players. He could pass the ball. He could dribble. He could rebound, score. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could do all of that. He can play defense, get steals. So when you can pass the ball, you could rebound and you could score. What does that mean? At a high level, you can get triple doubles. He got a triple double on Michael Jordan. Okay, it's magic, but he still lost. He still lost. Jordan's game was more effective at the time. It is what it is. The Bulls beat them.
On fumes, you know it.
Magic wasn't on no fumes.
The man had been to almost 10 finals.
He wasn't on no fumes.
Remember the year before?
Are we talking about LeBron and Jordan? We not talking about.
I got LeBron.
Leave Magic out of it.
James.
You got go James?
Go.
Boy, you
James.
switched fast, didn't you?
In today's game, if Jordan had acclimated to this style of play, yeah, he would have been probably the best player in the league. The only person I could see actually defending Jordan is Kawhi Leonard when Kawhi Leonard is healthy and Kawhi Leonard is low managing and Jordan never low managed. So Jordan would be probably the most prolific scorer in the history of the game, even if he were playing today, because the amount of possessions are unlimited.
He would be even more prolific, candidly. You just said the most important thing. Michael would have played all 82 games. You never know. Whoever was guarding him might have chosen that night to load manage. And the other piece of it that I will say here is on the bad boy Pistons. Every member of that team would have been suspended for the season for practically everything they did on every possession of those games. If Michael Jordan played in a game where it was refereed the way it is played today, Michael Jordan would have averaged 8 to 10 more points per game for his career. It is just that simple.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan was a basketball assassin. The other guy, LeBron James, is a really nice man. That's what he is. He's a really nice man who's really gifted.
The end result is the same.
No, the end result is not the same because one guy went 6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs because he was a basketball killer. He refused to lose.
Had Jordan gotten to the 87, 88 finals against that Laker team and took them down, I ain't got nothing to talk about. But they were playing finals in the 80s.
Jordan's East was a lot stronger than LeBron's East. Jordan's East, he had to go through a lot tougher opponents. Actually, the powerhouses were in the East when Jordan played, and they're not in the East when LeBron
Tougher doesn't mean they were better. Because the Knicks, the Knicks had one Hall of Famer.
We talking about the Knicks? I'm not talking about the Knicks. I'm talking about the
Pacers had
Celtics.
two.
I'm talking about Pistons.
But if he's that guy, if he's the GOAT, he got to take them down. Because that's what you're asking
He
LeBron
did.
to do.
He did.
You're asking LeBron to beat the Warriors.
He did take him down.
He didn't. They got old. No, age took him down.
Okay.
The only hump he got over was
What
on
does Jordan got to do with that?
But that's what I'm saying. The only hump Jordan got over in the East was the humps in Larry Bird and Kevin McHale's back. They got old. He couldn't beat them in their prime. How many times was Jordan favored to win the finals? He was always the favorite. So what's the upset? Where's the upset of that?
I'm not sure he was always.
Being the favorite and going out there.
Jordan's takes are not fair at all because it's like you got to look at the comparison, right? If LeBron has Jordan's Bulls, right, in Jordan's, like the Bulls early in Jordan's career, when Pippen's not Pippen, it's basically just Jordan as the all-star on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron's not beating the Celtics. LeBron's not beating the Celtics by himself. Not that Celtics team. He's not beating the Pistons by himself. Not that Pistons team. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, he brought Cleveland to the finals, but they weren't playing the bad boy Pistons, right? They weren't playing Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the East wasn't as hard as it was back then. Like as the years went by, the West got even more challenging and the East trickled down a little bit and the competition wasn't as fierce as it was back in the day. So you can't, it's kind of hard to compare that, honestly, because LeBron, he wouldn't have been able to get out of the East until later on, until he got some players on his team. Because Detroit's stacked and the Celtics are stacked. And as history goes on, and as we've seen in the past, like it doesn't just take one player. It takes takes a team. Like it takes a good supporting cast and everybody that's on the same page. Celtics and the Pistons. Both are championship franchises. The Bulls had to get past them to become a championship franchise. And once they did that, 3 in a row, and then they lost when Jordan was gone. Jordan came back halfway into the season, lost, and then went for another three-peat. So come on now. It's not, you have to really look at the context of everything and look at the reality. you're not beating the Celtics team in their prime if it's just Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not beating the Pistons if it's just Jordan. They had some time to adjust, and Pippen had to grow in that process. And once Pippen grew into what Pippen was in his prime, then it was over. It was over for them. And once Jordan became more poised and more polished, and it wasn't just go get a bucket, things changed. Things really changed. It's not the same when it comes to LeBron and Jordan and their circumstances. LeBron definitely had it easier in the East, for sure.
It's two different things, man. Being a favorite don't mean nothing.
It does.
It don't mean nothing.
You got home court.
You gotta go out there and win it.
Shannon, do you ever remember Michael Jordan melting down the way LeBron did in the 2011 finals? I've never seen anything like that before.
It happened. It happened.
JJ Barea, all about 5.
It never happened to Jordan, ever. Jordan got to the finals, won every single time, and it didn't even go to a game 7. And Jordan, I think his average in the finals, in the finals, like 35. He would never have a 7-point game ever in life when it comes to a moment that big. That's not happening. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He would have to have a terrible shooting split. Like, he would literally have to shoot 2 for 50. Like, he would be going, or he'd be taking so many shots. Like, he would have to be missing everything for that to happen to him. And Jordan's not shooting that bad. Like, LeBron probably dropped 7 points and didn't take that many attempts. Probably took maybe 20 attempts. Made 3. You know what I'm saying? Maybe went for 3 for 20 or something like that, or 3 for 12, something like that. Jordan would have been shooting the air out the ball so he can get into his rhythm, so he can help his team. Because he knows if he puts the ball in the basket, it's going to help his team more than hurt his team. He needs to take shots. He needs to be resilient and not be scared to shoot. Like, he's going to be unconscious because he knows who he is. When LeBron misses, he's going to pass the ball off. It is what it is. That's his game. He wants to take the right shot, whoever's hot at the moment. But it's like, yo, do you understand that if you get hot, you could take over the game? It could happen anytime during this game. If it doesn't happen, oh well, at least you tried. But you know what you're capable of doing. You're going to pass the ball off, but it's like you don't become passive. You don't become like you're not the first option. You're always the first option, even if you're missing. Crazy.
10 of them on LeBron James. James pushing off a little bit. That was close to being a third foul.
I think I'm the biggest Michael Jordan fan. He never looks like a real human being to me. I get nervous around him every time. They don't call him Black Jesus for nothing. It's for real.
I was telling all my friends and my family that if I ever got a chance, if he ever guarded me, that I was going to try my move on the greatest player to ever play. So I knew I was going to do it. When he got on me, that's why I backed up. Yeah. I said, oh, here we go. And I was, like you said, just young, you know what I mean, and just confident. My heart wasn't thumping or nothing like that. I did it like I would do it any other time. I've gotten people way worse than him, but it's him.
Iverson has Jordan. The crowd is into it. Allen shakes free, gets 2!
Iverson crossover Jordan, which is, when he came in with this crossover, no one had seen this type of crossover in the game before.
Take a look at the crossover. Mike said no. Allen said yes. The bucket. The crowd loves it.
Was y'all at the All-Star game where they honored us with the top 75?
No.
But I remember, man, and I'll never forget it. He showed up to the joint. And I just remember the reaction from everybody else. All the other 74. And I remember the reaction from them. I was looking at it like, yo, this man is the man for real, man.
When I got traded to San Antonio, the dream team's already happened. All this stuff's already gone down. I get traded to San Antonio, and one of the first things that David Robinson says to me, Michael Jordan's got to deal with the devil. There's no way you can do the things that he does and live the lifestyle that he lives and be as effective as a player. And I just started laughing because then the stories from the dream team came out to where those guys they'd get on the bus to go to practice, come back from practice, go straight to the golf course, come back from the golf course, straight to the casino, Stay there until it's time to go to practice. Go to practice. Dave said he tried to keep up with these guys. He goes, I just physically couldn't do it. He goes, that guy's got to deal with the devil. There's no way you can do all these things outside of basketball and still step foot on the basketball court and drop 50 on somebody.
Exactly how Will described it is exactly how this guy lived. We were playing the Bulls here in Chicago. I was with the New Jersey Nets at the time, and Jimmy Jackson is just giving it to Michael and Scotty in the first half. He's just killing them, right?
This is 96, 97 year. We beat them in New Jersey. So we go to Chicago to play. So we're playing. Sam Cassell and I had a really good game. So Mike and I are going back and forth just talking. You can't guard me. I can't guard you. Blah, blah, blah. We're going back.
So Jimmy Jackson starts talking crap and everything. So Michael looks at him. This is in the first half. Michael looks at him and says, you know what? You're talking a lot of crap to have my shoes on.
And Joe Klein, that played for the Bulls before, pulls Mike to the side and says, Mike, let me leave my man JJ alone, my young fella. Mike said, no, JJ is my guy. But tell him that's why he's wearing my shoes. I was like,
oh, Jimmy Jackson didn't score another bucket that game. You talking about the ultimate shutdown, man. Jimmy looked down, he did have his shoes on. He had the jump man's on.
Yeah, that was a great video. Yeah, based off of that, like, there's a lot of players that they compare to Jordan, but I just don't see it. I don't see how they could be better than Jordan. And even in this era, I think there's certain players that can play in any era. I know LeBron can play in any era. Like, anybody's gonna say he can't, he can. Like, don't even like you. Okay, you can not like LeBron, but you have to appreciate. You still have to appreciate this skill. He could still put the ball in the basket. He could still handle the ball at some rate where it's like you're not going to take the ball out of his hands, and he can get to the basket and score on you. Turnaround jumpers, you know what I'm saying? Hesitation, step backs. He could shoot the three good enough. He can take over game. Like, he can go on a whole stretch where he's hitting threes, getting to the basket, going downhill. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron can adjust to any era because his stature, his God-given ability, like, it's gonna apply to any era. So don't, like, people can't tell me LeBron wouldn't adjust to any era. Would he be the best? Maybe not. I mean, Jordan is in that era, is in the 90s era. Jordan probably would have been better, but LeBron would have been number 2, and I feel like he would have been a close number 2. But he wouldn't have been beating Jordan, though. That's the thing. He wouldn't have as many championships as he has right now. It would be very tough for him. But he would definitely be a number 2, and it would be a clear number 2. Like, it's not even. It's Jordan than him. I don't even think it would be debatable like that. Unless you include Larry Bird. Yeah. So that was a good video. That was a great video. I liked it. I liked the clips that was in it. Jordan definitely would destroy everybody in this era for sure. It would be some type of competition, but when I say destroy, I don't think he would lose much. It might be close games, but yeah, you know how Jordan is in the clutch. But yeah, that was a great video. Let me know what videos you want me to react to next. And I'm going to end with a prayer. In Jesus' name, I pray whoever's watching this video, bless them from the crown of heads to the soles of their feet, whatever they're going through in their week. I pray that they put God first. I pray everything they do when they're getting closer to God, when they're fasting, when they're praying. It's good to let people know that you're doing that, but you have to really lock in and not do it for people around you. Don't do it for man. Do it for Jesus Christ. Do it for the relationship that you want with him, not just to boast and make it look like you have a relationship or make it look like you're doing well in life and following God, but you have to actually have a relationship with him. So when you genuinely have a relationship with him, that's when you can boast. That's when you can tell people about the word and not do it in a way where you're trying to put someone down and uplift yourself. No. All of the blessings, all of this is through God. God is really pushing at you and wants you to follow him and do these things and submit to him. you being obedient to that, yeah, he's leading you to that. It's not all you. You're doing a good job yourself, but you have to be humble in the spirit and show that it's all God and not you. When it becomes about you, that's when it pushes people away. We're following God. We're not catering to ourselves. We're catering to God. And once people boast about it in a way where it's like they're boasting about themselves, people will be pushed away from God. And God doesn't want that. That's the worst thing you could possibly do. So I pray that everybody that's preaching the word, telling people about Jesus, that they won't push it onto people, but they'll be led by the Spirit, and make sure they're healed throughout their whole entire spirit, in their thoughts, in their mind, and everything they've gone through. I pray that they're healed and that they don't project anything on. Like, I pray they don't bear any bad fruit. And all they do is bear good fruit, because what's within, it will always show. If you are preaching the word and you are not healed, you have bad fruit, and all the things that you've gone through in your past is still lingering and is still within you, and you're pushing it onto other people, and it's still kind of dark energy. You have to break through that. You have to get through that. You have to ask God to heal you from within. Don't forget about it. It's still your testimony, but you have to be at peace. You have to be joyful, because you're not supposed to worry about anything. Whatever the devil threw at you, you're supposed to conquer it with what Jesus has done for you. That's Jesus saving you. So you don't have that within. You preach the word with a clear conscience, and not to project your situation onto people, but to allow people to learn from your situation. Not project your situation onto them, but to learn. Don't say this is going to happen to you. This is going to happen to you. Positivity. Follow Jesus and you can avoid this. I pray that everybody keeps that mindset. Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So say bless you, and I'm out.